10 Self-Made Billionaires Who Were Poor. From rags to riches, saying may be a cliché, but it's one that's definitely grounded in reality for some famous self-made billionaires. Through extraordinary bravery and perseverance, individuals across the globe have beat the odds and achieved their own rags to riches stories. These self-made billionaires prove that, if you are born poor it's not your mistake, but if you die poor it's your mistake. By Bill Gates. Welcome to Paradise Success, the place where you come to get inspired before you expire. If you are new here, please subscribe and smash the notification bell so that you will be among the first people to get notified whenever we upload a video. Please download DoveDate dating app and Hide It VPN app. The links to our apps are in the descriptions below. We appreciate your support. With that out of the way, here are 10 people who started off life poor and went on to become billionaires later in life. 1. Starbucks founder Howard Schultz grew up in a housing complex for the poor. Net worth, $2.9 billion. In an interview with The Mirror, Howard said, "Growing up, I always felt like I was living on the other side of the track. I knew the people on the other side had more resources, more money, and happier families. And for some reason, I don't know why or how, I wanted to climb over that fence and achieve something beyond what people were saying was possible. I may have a suit and tie on now, but I know where I'm from and I know what it's like." Howard ended up winning a football scholarship to the University of Northern Michigan and went to work for Xerox after graduation. Shortly after, he took over a coffee shop called Starbucks, which at the time had only 60 shops. Howard became the company's CEO in 1987 and grew the coffee chain to more than 16,000 outlets worldwide. He's since stepped down from his role as the coffee giant's CEO, and also resigned as executive chairman in 2018. 2. Born into poverty, Oprah Winfrey became the first African American TV correspondent in Tennessee. Net worth, $3 billion. Winfrey was born into a poor family in Mississippi, but this didn't stop her from winning a scholarship to Tennessee State University and becoming the first African American TV correspondent in the state at the age of 19. In 1983, Winfrey moved to Chicago to work for an AM talk show that would later be called The Oprah Winfrey Show. 3. Forever 21 founder Du Chong worked as a janitor, as a gas station attendant, and in a coffee shop when he first moved to the U.S. Net worth, $6.5 billion. Husband and wife Du Chong and Jin Suk, the team behind Forever 21, didn't always have it so easy. After moving to the U.S. from Korea in 1981, Du had to work 3 jobs at the same time to make ends meet. The couple opened their first clothing store in 1984. Forever 21 is now an international, 480-store empire that earns around $3 billion a year, making him one of the self-made billionaires in the world. 4. J.K.Rowling. Net worth, $1 billion. J.K. Rowling is one of the most successful authors of all time. Her name is literally synonymous with Harry Potter and has $1 billion. It is almost impossible to believe that only 20 years ago, Joanne Rowling was so poor that she and her child relied on government welfare to survive. After getting a meager meal, Joanne would put her child to sleep and work voraciously on her first novel, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Once this book was published, the world loved her work so much that it was developed into a series of blockbuster movies. J.K. Rowling's life turned around for the better and she is a legitimate one of the famous self-made billionaires. 5. Kenny Trout. Net worth, $1.7 billion. Kenny had to work for every single dollar in his fortune. So after high school, Kenny sold life insurance so as to pay for his tuition at the Southern Illinois University. After graduation, he founded a phone company known as Excel Communications in 1988 and he had it listed in the stock exchange in 1996. In 1998, Kenny's company merged with another in a deal worth $3.5 billion. Currently retired and a racehorse enthusiast, Kenny earned his billions from scratch to billions. 6. John Paul DeJoria. Net worth, $3.1 billion. His business career began when he was only 10 years old. John sold cards during Christmas and also newspapers for the purpose of supporting his family. He felt unsettled and joined a gang before going to the military. There, he acquired a $700 loan and established the John Paul shampoo, which he sold door to door. During this time, he lived in his car. Later on, he founded the Patron business and paved his way to billions. Today he is one of famous self-made billionaires. 7. Kenneth Longone. Net worth, $4 billion United States dollars, November 2019. He is an astute investor and business owner today. Having built 2 companies, one of which is Home Depot, and then taken them public, Ken can be considered a business genius. He knows the rough side of life because he grew up poor. His parents were a plumber and a cafeteria worker. They mortgaged their house and combined the money with savings from Ken's odd jobs to pay for tuition at the Bucknell University. After graduation, Ken worked for these companies, took them over, made them highly successful and made a tidy sum for himself. 8. Shahid Khan. At one time, businessman Shahid washed dishes for $1 United States and 20 cents an hour. He's now one of the richest people in the world, but when Khan came to the US from Pakistan, he worked as a dishwasher while attending the University of Illinois. 9. Jan Koum. Net worth $9 billion. In April 2018, Jan announced his impending departure from Facebook HQ in California. However, he continues to work 1 day a month and banks close to $500 million every financial quarter, stalling until his remaining stock options vest. When Jan moved to California from the Ukraine as a teen, his family struggled to stay above the poverty line. Despite his tough upbringing, Jan worked hard at school. By the age of the 18th of January, became interested in programming and enrolled at San Jose State University. In 1997, Jan was hired by Yahoo as an infrastructure engineer, where he worked for nearly 9 years before leaving aged 30 with enough cash to launch his own business. In 2009, Jan co-founded real-time messaging app WhatsApp. The app was so successful Facebook bought it for a massive $19 billion, and Jan was invited to sit on the Facebook board. 10. Stephen Biscody. Net worth $4.2 billion. Born in Philadelphia in 1960, Stephen was the youngest of 3 children to parents Bernard and Patricia. The family moved to Baltimore when he was 1. Tragedy struck when Stephen's father died of leukemia when Stephen was 8, leaving Patricia to raise 3 kids on her own. Aged 23, he started Aerotech in a basement office with his cousin, and they raked in $1.5 million in the first year. The Allegis Group, which Aerotech is part of, is now a $10.8 billion, £8.5 billion company, with nearly 500 offices worldwide. Stephen has a net worth of $4.2 billion. Important takeaway. Each of these billionaires mentioned above made it from very humble backgrounds. Their stories are of hard work, dedication and grit. Which of these billionaires' stories inspired you the most? Please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Paradise Success channel. Please share this video with your friend and family so that they can get inspired too. See you in the next one.